The Learn English Classroom presents Past Simple Tense, Module 3, Lesson 19. Thank you for visiting the Learn English Classroom. Today we have a thrilling detective story, so stick around till the end. What type of person are you? You go out a lot on the weekend? You stay at home on the weekend? Are you a couch potato? A couch potato is slang for a person that does little or no exercise and who likes to watch a lot of television. Or are you a party animal? Party animal describes a person that is gregarious or a person who likes to be around other people. They are usually outgoing and enjoy parties or other social gatherings. Or are you someone in between? Maybe you like to do activities, but you enjoy relaxing. When we ask, what do you usually do on the weekends? We are asking about the past. But also we're talking about daily routines. Usually means most often. So present tense can and does explain the recent past, or at least our usual daily routines. But if I ask you, what did you do last weekend? How do you answer that? Did you cook? Many people like to cook on the weekends. Did you watch a movie? When you have extra free time, it's nice to watch a new movie. Did you jog in the park? Each of these questions used did, which is the past tense form of do. As you probably already know, we always answer yes or no when we are asking a question with do. It is the same with did, the past tense form of do. Did you jog in the park? Yes, I did. However, with the negative reply, something interesting happens. We ask the question, did you cook breakfast? You can reply, yes, I cooked breakfast, or no, I didn't cook last weekend. As we can see, the affirmative yes uses the regular verb cook plus ed, but the negative no used didn't with cook, the verb's base form. But wait, aren't we supposed to add ed to a regular verb when we talk about the past? Last weekend indicates it is in the past. Let's use a camel to explain this. When your reply is negative, you add did not. I did not cook. So as I said, do is present tense. Do changed to did, the past tense. So did is like a camel. When we make a sentence negative, the camel named did carries the past tense for the verb. The verb remains in its base form, cook. We never say, I did not cook. So with negative answers, you must take the ed off the verb and let the camel carry the tense. In fact, it is the same with present tense, but this only happens with the singular nouns pronouns when we use does. Here, cook is the base verb and removes the s. In the affirmative sentence, he cooks every meal. Notice the s on cook. For the negative sentence, she does not cook, the camel carries does. Carries the present tense does not, and so cook remains in its base form, no s. So on negative sentences, whether present or past, you use do or does for present and did for past, plus not, plus the base verb. I do not cook, he does not cook. both present tense. He did not cook last weekend. I did not cook last weekend. Now you fill in the blank with the correct form of the verb watch. Did you watch a movie last night? Did you watch a movie? Yes, I watched a movie last night. No, I didn't watch a movie. Did you run in the park last weekend? Did you run in the park last weekend? Yes, I ran in the park. No, I didn't run in the park. What did you do last weekend? When I add the WH question word what, then you have the opportunity to tell me about the entire weekend in past tense. How do you do that? In lesson 18, we learned about regular and irregular past tense verbs. Go back and watch that lesson if you haven't already. You need to know the rules of past tense verbs to make this easy. We answer the question, what did you do last weekend, by using a form similar to present tense daily routines, except we use either a regular or irregular past tense verb. Present tense, I wake up at 6 a.m. Past tense, I woke up at 6 a.m. Present tense, I eat breakfast. Past tense, I ate breakfast. Present tense, I watched the news. Past tense, I watched the news. But you might ask, how do I know when to use present tense and when to use past? I mean, if present tense can also express the recent past or our routines, how do we know? A person's question will tell you. You must actively listen to the question. What do you do on the weekends? Do is present tense, so you know we are talking about present routines. The S on weekends also reinforces that we're talking about many weekends or a series of time periods. What did you do on the weekend? Did is past tense, so you know we are talking about the past. Weekend is singular, no S, so it hints or infers that we are talking about last weekend or one recent weekend in the past. Now it's your turn. Pause the video and pretend that you did the activities in the pictures. Make sentences with past tense verbs to describe the actions that you did last weekend. You might have said, I watched a movie with my friends. We ate pizza after the movie. Then I cycled on Sunday. If you made up sentences like these, you had your first conversation about the past. Congratulations! Now pause the video and read the texts. Which conversation goes with each person? Can you guess? Now listen as each person tells what they did last weekend. This time, they add a little bit more information.
This morning, I got up early, went shopping. Then I cooked some lunch. In the afternoon, I went for a walk. The weather was beautiful. In the evening, I just watched TV. I was really tired after the walk.
In the morning, I just stayed at home. I worked on my computer, wrote some emails. Then I met a friend in town. We went shopping for a new drone. In the evening I went to the cinema with my girlfriend.
On Saturday, I got up late about 10 o'clock. I stayed at home and I listened to a podcast. Then I phoned a friend and we went shopping. In the evening, we went to a party. It was my younger brother's 50th birthday party.
The be verbs was and were are most often used to describe emotions or details. This is easiest to understand when we use a detective story. Detective Jones was called to the office of Mr. Green to investigate a possible homicide, murder.
Ms. Dobson is missing. She was in her office, but Mr. Clark didn't find Ms. Dobson. He found a knife, with blood on it. The knife was lying in a pool of blood.
Was Miss Dobson upset? Was anyone angry at her? Where did the knife come from?
The knife was in the kitchen before this happened. No one was angry with Ms. Dobson. I asked the staff. She was liked by everyone. Oh, detective, why? Why was she killed?
Mr. Green, let's keep a steady head. Where was the body found?
Well, there was no body. There was only the knife and the blood.
Interesting. There was no body. Then, who was the killer? It was someone who was strong enough to move a dead woman. When was the murder?
It was during lunchtime. Everyone was out. Except Ms. Dobson. She was answering the phones.
Do you have my knife?
Ms. Dobson. You are here. We thought you were dead.
What? I was not dead. Who told you that? I was in the kitchen, getting a rag to wipe up the ketchup that I spilled.
Well, this was another successful crime solved. That will be $200, please.
What do you mean? There was no crime. There was no murder. It was only tomato sauce.
Miss Dobson, since you have not had lunch, would you like to join me for a quick bite?
Well, I was only going to have a sandwich, but I would be happy to join you.
We often use was or were to describe emotions, locations, or details. Ms. Dobson wasn't angry. She was liked by everyone. The body was not found. Mr. Clark found a knife. It was lying in blood. I hope you enjoyed this story. Thank you for visiting the Learn English classroom. Scan the QR code to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss the next lesson.